What's shaking, guys? Magic here, and today I'm here with an actual update video for you guys. And the reason that I say an actual update video is because the last few updates that I've done here on the channel have pretty much been me just kind of apologizing for my inconsistency with uploads and letting you guys know that I was okay and that I hadn't abandoned you guys or anything like that. So this time around, I have an update video that actually has updates and information about the channel. So hopefully there's something in here that you guys want to know about. And I'm just going to put a disclaimer out here before we get into the actual updates and whatnot, that normally I try and keep these update videos fairly short, or at least not super lengthy, but this one is probably going to be fairly lengthy because I have a list of all the things that I want to talk about in this video up on the screen, and they're all super unorganized, just kind of thrown up there as I was thinking of them. And this will probably not be in any specific order or anything like that, so just fair warning that this could get a bit lengthy, and if I fumble over things or stop and pause to try and think about what I'm saying, that you'll just have to bear with me on that. But like I always say, if you want to tab out of the video and work on something else while you listen, then that's totally cool, but hopefully there's going to be something in here that you guys are going to be interested in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the things that I want to talk about. And the first thing that I wanted to say was a big thank you to all of you guys for your support, because we have actually hit 300 subscribers here on the channel, which is absolutely awesome, and at least for me feels like a much bigger deal than it probably is, because I always say that I don't like to obsess over the numbers, because I think it can be kind of toxic for you to really be obsessed over your sub count and things like that. But with that being said, there are certain numbers here on YouTube that you kind of try and pay attention to as a content creator. And for me, it's things like the like button, like the number of likes on a video, the interaction as far as comments and things like that, and the subscriber count, because not because I'm obsessed with getting a lot of views or a lot of subs or anything like that, but because it kind of helps me to gauge kind of the quality of the content and how much you guys are enjoying it. And I'm gonna be honest, like, we kind of hit this rut for a while where we were just stuck in like the 290 range for like the past month or two, and it was one of those things where it was like, man, we may have like peaked here. This might be as far as we're gonna go. But we finally hit 300, which was super exciting for me, at least. And so I'm super thankful for you guys. And to be honest, it kind of makes a lot of sense that we were kind of stuck in that range for a while, and it was kind of fluctuating up and down, stuck in the 290s, because honestly, the inconsistency in uploads and stuff over the past couple of months, honestly, has been pretty ridiculous. So I apologize for all of that, but thank you guys so much for all of your support still, and for hanging out and checking out the content, because without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are now. And so as a bit of a thank you to you guys for reaching 300 subs, and also for the people who follow me on Twitch, which, by the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, you definitely should do that if you're into that, because I do stream over there every once in a while. So link to my Twitch is in the description, as well as my Twitter if you're not following me there. But anyway, we have over 600 followers on Twitch, which is pretty insane as well. And I think we're actually like super close to 700, which is crazy. So as a little bit of a thank you for you guys here on YouTube and on Twitch for 300 and almost 700 over there, I wanted to basically do something for you guys that a few people have been asking about for a while, at least over on the Twitch side of things, and that was creating a Discord server for our community. And so I created a Discord server for you guys, or for us rather, and it's something that you guys can check out. If you don't know what Discord is, it is basically like a communication device or app that lets you communicate with other people in a community, kind of like, it's kind of like Skype or TeamSpeak or something like that, but it is more community based, and it's very cool. If you haven't checked it out, you should definitely do that. The link to our Discord server will be in the description. You can go down there and click on that and join in. If you don't have a Discord account, you may have to sign up for one or whatever, but we do have a MagicActivatr Discord server now, which is absolutely cool, because we've got several different text channels. We have a chat room, we have a friend code exchange, just different stuff like that. We got the voice channel so that we can hang out and play games together and whatnot. And one of the probably the best things for those of you guys who are interested in the content is I have a channel that will actually update you guys when either I upload a video to YouTube or I go live on Twitch. And to me, that's a super big thing, because I know that especially with YouTube, the whole subscriber thing doesn't really work the way that it should, because of the way that YouTube has their algorithms now. And now you have to not only sub, but hit the notification bell thing, and it's all kinds of craziness. So Discord will be a place where you'll be able to see whenever I post a new video or whenever I go live on Twitch, which I think is super, super cool. And the best part is it gives you guys a way to directly interact with me, as well as some of my friends who will be on there as well, like Nerdy Steve, Venomstar, Deku Flame. All of those guys will be hanging out in my Discord server as well. And plus, I think they have their own servers and whatnot. But really, really excited about that. So if you want to join, if you're subscribed or following on Twitch and want to keep up with all that, definitely go and join with the link that's in the description. I know most people don't like to read the description, but there's important things in there like links and whatnot. So definitely go and do that. The other thing that I wanted to mention before we get into anything else is that tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, which is 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that Nintendo is doing their E3 Spotlight presentation video, which I think is supposed to be like an hour long or something like that. And I'm actually going to be co-streaming or hosting, doing like a live reaction kind of thing to their presentation and whatnot over on Twitch. So that the stream will probably start around, I think the actual stream for Nintendo starts at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll be kicking things off probably around 11, like 30 minutes before it starts, to kind of do some like, you know, pre-stream talk and whatnot. So if you're interested in seeing what's going on with that and seeing my reaction to the announcements, definitely come through there. Like I said, the link to my Twitch is in the description. So, and depending on how it goes, I may even upload the live reaction to YouTube later. So we'll see what happens with all of that. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the meat of this update and the thing that most of you guys are probably interested in, and that is content. And I know that the past couple of weeks, the last week and a half or so, has been kind of barren, at least here on the channel. And I am excited to tell you guys that a brand new LP is starting, and new content is going to be rolling out starting today. And the reason that there hasn't really been much on the channel the past couple of weeks was because of a few different things. The main one being that our Soul Silver Nuzlocke kind of came to an abrupt ending, at least an abrupt ending in terms of it ended earlier than I expected it to. And when we lost that Nuzlocke, which I believe is the first Nuzlocke that we've lost here on the channel. Well, technically we did lose the Sacred Gold Nuzlocke, I guess, because I whited out, but then I decided to go ahead and build a new team based on what I had in the PC and train up and keep going. But that LP got canceled anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But Soul Silver was the first, I guess, real Nuzlocke that we lost here on the channel. And when we lost it, to be completely honest, I had no idea what the next series was. I was in the process of thinking like I should probably start it. Hold on, let me rephrase this. After we lost the Soul Silver Nuzlocke, I was in the mindset of like, we need to go ahead and get something started for the next series. And I had not planned out what the game was going to be, nor did I have graphics or anything like that. And so after losing the game, like all of a sudden I was like, man, this puts me in a really bad spot because I don't know what game we're going to play. And so I was trying to rack my brain around getting a game together and getting graphics and all of that stuff. And then on top of that, I was like crazy busy with things like I was working on stuff for the IBL Season 2 behind the scenes, like graphics and stuff, getting ready for their live draft and all of that, which, by the way, if you're not, definitely go check out Indigo Battle League, the IBL, because they got Season 2 going on right now. I opted to not be a coach this time around because, to be honest, last season, it got super stressful for me trying to coach and also run things behind the scenes, especially near the end when a lot of the responsibility got put solely on me because some of our other staff members got busy. So I just decided, you know what, it would be better for me this time around to just be behind the scenes and help everybody else out rather than being a coach. So maybe in the future I'll be back in the IBL or maybe even another Battle League, because I really do enjoy that format. But either way, I was working with all of that stuff and trying to get stuff ready for them. And then on top of that, I had a camping trip. I went to a concert one weekend. I did a garage sale like this past weekend. So it's just been super, super busy. And I honestly had a really hard time coming up with the graphics for this new series. But finally I settled on something after like scrapping and restarting over on a layout like 2 or 3 different times. And finally I've got what we've got for this brand new series. And then I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to record it, but I finally did. I finally recorded a few episodes, and that brand new series is going to be starting today. In fact, the first episode of the brand new LP is going to be going up probably a little bit after this video gets posted. So by the time you watch this video, the first episode of the new LP will probably be live, or if you're watching this later, you may have already seen the first episode of the new LP. But either way, we're going to be playing Pokemon Coliseum, which is something I'm super, super stoked about, and I'm very excited. I haven't played Pokemon Coliseum in a while, and I'm excited to share that experience with you guys. So that brand new LP will be up probably after you get done watching this video, to be honest, or pretty soon after. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And the game plan for right now is that it is going to be a Monday through Friday series as normal, and hopefully I will do a better job of keeping everything up to date and getting those out on time. So that is the new LP that I am super stoked about. And now I wanted to kind of talk about other content on the channel, because the LP is really the main thing that I'm sure you guys are concerned with. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about was kind of the future of content here on the channel. And when I say future of content, don't chill for a second. Don't like freak out. I know that as soon as I say the future of content and changes and stuff like that, red flags go up. I'm not stopping Pokemon content. Not at all. In fact, I would say that right now, there was honestly a period for the past few months where Pokemon was getting a bit stale for me. I won't say I was getting burned out on it, but it was getting a bit stale because I was playing so much of it. But honestly, over the past couple of weeks, there's been like kind of a new rekindled spark of excitement for Pokemon and enjoyment in it. So Pokemon is not going anywhere, but I am kind of planning to do some, I guess, kind of experimental things here on the channel with content. And in fact, one of the first things that you may notice about Coliseum is that I'm doing things a little bit differently with that series. One of the main things being that I'm going to be doing shorter episodes of this series. So rather than having a 25 to 30 minute episode each week, the game plan is to have something that's around 15 to 20 minutes. And there's different reasons why I decided to kind of go this route with the series. And the main one being that I value your time as a viewer. And I've said this multiple times throughout different videos and whatnot, but I really do value your time as a viewer. And if you are taking time out of your day to watch any of my content, then I'm super grateful for that. And I don't want you to feel like, you know, your time is being wasted or anything like that, which I'm sure that if you're taking the time out to watch that stuff, that you don't feel that way anyway. But I definitely want to give you guys the most value for the time that you spend. And personally, I know as someone who watches other content creators that sometimes when you're watching an LP specifically or a series, that if you ever get behind on episodes, like if you get 2 or 3 episodes behind, it can be really, really difficult to keep up with the series, especially if it's like coming out like 5 days a week or 7 days a week or something like that, and they're 30-minute episodes. If you get 2 or 3 behind, it becomes a real commitment of time, and you have to find a lot of time to sit down and watch and catch up on those episodes. So I felt like maybe if I could shorten down the length of episodes, that it might be something that makes it a little bit easier for the bigger audience that we have to be able to enjoy. Because I know there are some of you guys who are super, super committed and loyal and watch like every episode of a series that come out, and to you, like you are the true MVPs. But I definitely wanted to make sure that we are kind of keeping all of our viewers in mind and everyone that enjoys the content, and maybe we can even draw in more people into that kind of clutch group that watches like everything. But I just knew that for me, it's sometimes hard to keep up with a series whenever episodes are so long. So I figured, you know what, with Pokemon Coliseum, this will be as good a chance as any for us to try out a shorter format with episodes and whatnot. So I decided to try and keep these episodes shorter. And the other cool thing about that is that if you're one of those people who kind of, you know, maybe doesn't get to watch videos during the week but likes to binge watch on the weekend or something like that, I feel like shorter episodes are something that is more likely that you're able to binge watch all of those and, you know, not just take tons and tons of time out of your day. And the good thing about it as well is that it will hopefully actually allow me to record more whenever I sit down, because now, you know, in the time that it would take me to record like 3 episodes of a normal LP, I can probably record like 6 of this, and hopefully that'll help me with my consistency as well. But that's a big thing that you may notice about Coliseum, and there's some other things that I may be trying out with it as well, honestly, just to make content overall more enjoyable for you guys and more enjoyable for me to make. So hopefully you guys will understand that, and definitely feel free to let me know how you feel about it, especially after you've watched a few episodes and whatnot. But like I said, the good thing about Coliseum is it is a very story-driven game, and there's a lot less of the unimportant stuff like random encounters with Pokemon and stuff like that that can kind of make episodes really, really long and not have a lot of substance to them. So I feel like 15 to 20 minute episodes of Coliseum will still give you pretty meaty chunks of, you know, solid content in them, and hopefully you guys will be able to, you know, enjoy that, and it'll make you more likely to watch through the entire series. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And another thing that, in terms of LPs and whatnot, that I've kind of been considering is the feeling of like having an organic experience in the game. And personally, I've been watching some content creators, you know, in my free time as well, and I've found that I've been more drawn as of late to watching channels and LPs of collaborative games and whatnot. And this has been something that has been on my mind as of lately, because one of my goals as a content creator, especially with doing gaming content, is that I want it to feel like when you sit down and watch something from my channel, that it feels like you're sitting down and enjoying a game with a friend. Now, that's kind of the feeling that I want to convey with my content, and so that's something that I've really been trying to keep in mind. And it can sometimes be hard to do that whenever you're a solo content creator and you're doing, you know, an LP, and you have to constantly be commentating throughout an entire episode or something like that. And so something that really stuck out to me was that I had been watching a lot more like collab LPs and things like that, as well as Twitch streams where people were interacting with viewers and whatnot. And honestly, from some personal experience with doing the X and Y co-op with Nerdy Steve, which is still going on, by the way, this series has been drawn out way longer than it needs to, and some of it more recently has been my fault, so I apologize to Steve for that. But that series is still going on. If you haven't checked that out, go check out Nerdy Steve's channel. I think there's a playlist. I think I made a playlist on my channel as well for that series, so you can go and check that out. But either way, I feel bad to like announce this right now, especially since we're just now starting a new LP, but I have been working on and planning for some future LPs to do some collaborative / co-op LPs with some other content creators. And before everybody starts like jumping in and being like, hey, you want to do a co-op or a collab or, you know, whatever, I've already kind of planned out some of these, and I've already have people in mind for them. And in fact, some of them I've already asked about. So honestly, it's something that I've wanted to do for a while, but I also wanted to kind of establish the channel and also make sure that the people that I work with are people that I feel like I will work well with and that we can make good content with. And honestly, after doing the X and Y co-op with Nerdy Steve, I've just been more and more drawn to this because there's something about collabing with someone else that makes this experience a lot more organic and natural, because it's more two people having a conversation rather than one person trying to fill in and commentate over an entire thing. So keep your eyes peeled in the future for some collab projects of various kinds, because honestly, I feel like that is going to, in the future, be a large part of the channel. And I say that with an asterisk because the thing is that, like with any of this stuff, sometimes you have plans and sometimes things just don't work out the way you planned. Like when Steve and I started working on X and Y, we didn't plan to have like 2 or 3 times that we had to stop in the middle of the series and that it would still be going on now. Like honestly, I think we thought we would be done before Sun and Moon come out, and we're like a little over halfway through the game. So either way, we keep your eyes peeled, and the point of everything is keep your eyes peeled for the future for some collab projects, because I think that with the direction and the feeling that I want to create here with the channel, that is going to play a role in all of that. So hopefully that's something that you guys are interested in as well. And kind of, I guess, getting into the last little chunk here of what I wanted to talk about is I really want to start bringing you guys some kind of one-of content on the channel. And what I mean by that is content that can stand on its own without having to be committed to any kind of series or anything like that. And I think where a lot of this came from was recently I've been doing a lot of competitive battling in 7th Gen, or at least a lot more than I was. Back when Sun and Moon first came out, and for several months, I did next to no competitive battling whatsoever. I think I built like one team when the games first came out and did 2 or 3 battles, and it was really bad because I didn't know how any of the mons worked or anything like that. And that was about it. But over the past couple of weeks, I've actually been doing some showdown battles and stuff like that, and some team building, and it's really, I think this might also be one of the things that helped reignite my interest in Pokemon for now. And I would really like to bring some kind of battling content to the channel, whether that be Wi-Fi battles, showdown battles, or battle spot, something like that. I'd really like to bring that kind of stuff to the channel, and honestly just stuff that, like I said, you can watch, you know, a particular episode or something like this without having to, you know, follow an entire series, because I know how that can be. Like I said earlier, getting behind on episodes can sometimes turn you off to a series. But the cool thing about like doing stuff like Wi-Fi battles or showdown battles or battle spot, any of that kind of stuff, is that you can watch one battle without having to watch all of the previous battles, because it's something that can kind of stand alone on its own. And especially as I've been getting more and more interested in 7th Gen Wi-Fi battling and whatnot, I would definitely like to see some of that come to the channel here in the future. I know I've said that a few times in the past, but I think now more so than ever, I'm like to that point where I really want to do it, especially since I'm not able to participate in the IBL Season 2 this time around. So I don't know when exactly that stuff will start coming out, but if you have any suggestions on a series or anything like that for any kind of Pokemon battling content, feel free to let me know, because I'm definitely interested in that. Another thing that I really have been thinking about recently is bringing back a series that I used to do called Showdown Live. And if you don't know what that is, I used to do this series where I would get on Pokemon Showdown. I would choose a Pokemon to build a team around and kind of give it a moveset and everything. And then on a live stream, I would interact with you guys, and you guys would I would take suggestions and ask you guys for your opinions on the stuff, and we would basically build a team live on stream and then take it on Showdown and battle with it. And that series was a lot of fun. In fact, I've had a few people since I stopped doing that series that have been like, man, I really missed that series. It's something that I really enjoyed, and it's something that I kind of miss doing. So my thought was that I may bring back that series. Now, originally the series was on YouTube. I would stream it on YouTube, and then the video would be uploaded afterwards. But I'm thinking about, if I bring back the series, doing it as a Twitch stream instead. And the reason I say doing it as a Twitch stream is just because, honestly, I've gotten to where I really like streaming on Twitch more so than YouTube, because I feel like there's more interaction, and I think more possibility to grow and establish something there, especially with a lot of the stuff that's going on with YouTube lately, algorithm wise and all of that jazz. So Twitch has really been great as of recently. I've been streaming a lot more over there, and so if I bring back this series, I'm thinking I'll probably make it primarily a Twitch stream and then upload the video to YouTube later. So even if you're the kind of person who doesn't really do the Twitch thing, you don't watch content on Twitch, you would still be able to watch that series when it comes out on YouTube or drops on YouTube. So it's still content here for the channel, even if I do it on Twitch. And for those of you guys who are interested, you could definitely come to the streams and interact and help build the teams and whatnot. So definitely considering doing that. Let me know your thoughts on that as well. And I guess really kind of the last thing that I want to mention in terms of content is branching out a little bit from solely Pokemon. And I've said this a few times as well, that I've never really seen this channel as being a Pokemon specific channel. When I initially started the channel, I was thinking like I may do all Pokemon, but I never wanted to put myself in the box of being specifically a Pokemon content creator. And so something that I've said a few times before, like I said, is that the primary focus here on the channel is Pokemon, but I also do like to do other Nintendo related content, which honestly, I don't know that there's really been any other Nintendo related content on the channel, but moving forward, you may start seeing some of that. And the reason I say Nintendo related content is because that's pretty much all I play. I mean, there's maybe a few PC games that I play like that aren't, a big deal, but the only consoles I've ever owned have been Nintendo consoles, so I'm pretty much a Nintendo exclusive guy. So the thing is that if I were doing other content besides Pokemon, it would more than likely be Nintendo related or something that was available on a Nintendo console. So that's something that I'm definitely looking towards in the near future. And how I think some of that will play in is going back to some of that one-off stuff that I was talking about earlier, where it's something that you can watch an episode of and stuff like that. So a couple of things, I'll just give you guys a couple of ideas, and you guys can even suggest some stuff if you'd like. But one thing that I've talked about that I really wanted to do is doing a series where I play some of the different demos that drop on 3DS, and especially now that the Switch is out and I have one of those, basically downloading demos for some new games and stuff that I've never played before, and basically playing through the demo and kind of giving you guys live reactions and live impressions of my first experience with the game and giving you guys my thoughts on it and that kind of thing. I think that's something that could be really, really fun, and it's really easy to do because there's demos that are free to download and whatnot. So I'm definitely interested in maybe doing something like that. Also, I was thinking about bringing some, kind of going back into what I was saying about collabing with people, doing some stuff with games like Mario Kart 8, and maybe doing like some battle mode, free-for-all kind of stuff, maybe doing some Animal Crossing island tours, things like that, like things that branch off into other games but aren't necessarily like let's plays or anything like that. More or less like series that have kind of those one of videos that you can just watch one of if you want, or you can watch an entire series of. It's completely up to you. That's kind of where my mind is going whenever I'm thinking about other Nintendo content. There could be you know, other Nintendo LPs on the channel in the future, but I will go ahead and say this, that the plan is for right now that if I do any other type of Nintendo content, that there will be plenty of Pokemon surrounding that. Like I said, I'm not like abandoning Pokemon or stuff like that, but as of lately, I've just been enjoying so many other games besides just Pokemon that I would really like for some of that to maybe bleed over here, and maybe there's some of that you guys can enjoy as well, and maybe we can even get some of you guys involved at some point, especially now that we have the Discord and whatnot. Look at that, I brought it full circle back to the Discord. So anyway, I think really and truly that's mostly everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm sure there's something that I'm missing, but yo, I think I did cover everything looking back at my list, so that's pretty good. And I was fairly on topic with everything, so that I think that's pretty good. But hopefully, like I said, I hope you guys got something out of this video about the content. Maybe you heard about something that you like. Give me your feedback on any and all of this stuff. I would definitely like to know your thoughts. I know I can't please everyone, but your feedback is definitely important, and all of that. So like I said, just to recap, we got Pokemon Coliseum will be dropping after this video goes up, and that'll be Monday through Friday. That might change depending on if I start rolling out some of this other content, but tentatively it's meant to be a Monday through Friday series. And we got that. We're going to be experimenting with some new content on the channel, hopefully branching out and working with some other content creators, and maybe even bringing some new kinds of stuff to the channel as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, if you stuck around to here, thank you so much, and be sure to hit the like button down below. Give it your magic touch if you did enjoy this update video. I know, like I said, this is a bit of a lengthy one, but there's a lot that I wanted to talk about, and it was kind of all over the place. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to join the Discord if you're interested in that. I'd love to interact with you guys there. And that said, though, I think we're done here. So I'm gonna make like an Abra and get out of here. Thank you guys so much for your support, and thanks for checking out this video. You guys are the best. But have yourselves a wonderful day. Stay cool, and we will catch you next time.